Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well out there. Today I'm going to be sharing my process for embroidering a duck. So let's get started. I'm going to be working on this thrifted Madewell skirt that I already embroidered some flowers on. And I thought a duck would be a cute little something to add on the other side of the skirt. This is the reference image I'm looking at for drawing the base of the embroidery, and I'm going to be using a micron pen to draw just directly on the skirt the way I always do. I started drawing with the beak and the head to get an idea of what size the duck's going to be, and then I find the body to be a little bit more easy once the head is established, and I'm just looking at the picture to help me, but when I'm drawing, I'm open to it coming out however it does. I don't expect it to be perfect. I suppose what I'm really trying to do is block off the different areas where the color is going to change. I think this helps me during the process of embroidery just to know the different areas where the color is going to change so that I can have those threads ready. And then for the threads, I grabbed some yellow for the beak, green thread for the head of the duck, white or cream for the little stripe on the neck, as well as some of the tail feathers, and then a variety of shades of brown and grayish brown. I was just trying to cover all of my bases and get a wide range of shades. I got a bit of darker green thread for any shading I want to do, black for the tail feathers again, and then some orange for the feet. This is way more thread than I ended up using, but I wanted to have some options. I've got my embroidery needle. This is a crewel needle. And I also have this cutting device, but scissors work fine too. I'm starting with the beak, so I've got my yellow thread, and while normally I would put a hoop around the fabric to secure it, I decided to just hold the skirt in my hand and embroider because the material is stiff enough to embroider on and not necessarily pucker. Just adding a little stitch for a nostril. Here I'm just splitting some caramel colored thread to be a little bit thinner because I wanted to add a little detail line to emphasize the beak. As you can see, I got started on the mallard's head. I thought I was filming and it turned out I wasn't, so to catch up, I did a little outline and now I'm filling it in with the green thread. I'm adding a bit of dark green thread for shading. It wasn't super necessary or even noticeable, but you know, it's what I did, so I thought I'd share it. And then I added a couple black stitches for an eye. Now I'm gonna add the white thread details, first the stripe along the neck and then the little tail feathers. Now I'm going to fill in the front part of the duck with some soft brown, and I'm just doing short little stitches until that whole portion is filled in. Next, I'm going to be tackling the gray underbelly, and I'm using two slightly different shades of soft gray, one a little bit lighter than the other. When these feathers get towards the back of the duck, I wanted them to be a little bit more defined. So the stitches are sectioned off into lines that I try my best to blend into the rest of that blob of gray. Next, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the feet with my orange thread. I'm splitting this white piece of thread into a thinner strand so that I could give a little detail to those gray feathers and outline them. I'm gonna go ahead and add the black tail feather sections in the back of the duck. This duck is almost completed, just a few more things to stitch. I'm adding a dark brown line above that section, and then a slightly lighter shade to blend into that above it. I filled in the rest of that upper space with more gray. Finally, I'm going to add just a few more black tail feathers, and then the duck will be finished. And that's it. That's the finished duck embroidery. I hope you enjoyed watching my process. Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. Let me know if you end up embroidering this duck. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.